Hi, this is Ali. The topic is on being in control. I'm the kind of person that I love to be in control. So when I was growing up, I never did any drugs. I never did any drinking because I don't want, I see all those people who drinks and then the way they passed out, the way they lose control, they say things that they don't mean to say. I don't want that. So I've always been very much in control, and I always thought that, that was very proud for me, and I am proud. But lately, I just, the concept of control and being in control comes back as do we really have control, and are we really ready to be in control? One of the topics that I wanted to talk about is just finance. I saw a lot of people relying on their pension, and GE just came out of the news that they're freezing pension for their employees because people living longer and longer. It is difficult for companies to support that kind of longevity, and original pension plan does not work. So for that reason, we're not in control, because if we've been relying on that pension for our retirement and we no longer have it, then it could be very disastrous, right? Same as in life, where things could happen, and then most of people are not prepared for anything bad to happen. I always joke. I said, if it's a winning lotto, everybody thinks they're the first one to be winning, and if it's anything bad, nobody prepared, because we all want to put our head in the sand and thinking that nothing bad will ever happen to us. It's not good or bad, but life does happen. So how are we gonna be in control? And I think that's probably one of the reasons why I was so thankful that I came into this financial field, because even when I had 3 financial advisors, I never felt in control. Even when I, had all these other real estates and things like that, I was never felt in control until now, that I really feel like there's such a peace of mind in my life, and I really feel like no matter what happens, I know what at least part of that I can do is I have a plan for the good and the bad. Let me just say, right? So planning is nothing more than planning for the good and the bad. Just like a marriage, we all, everybody imagine being married is they think about marrying is the day of the wedding. It's not. The day of the wedding goes very, very quickly. You don't even remember it. You spend months and days and mountains of money, but it goes in 24 hours. It's done, right? But after that, the marriage becomes good and the bad, and it could be difficult. So how do you deal with it? So if we can be realistic, have a good expectation of the good and the bad that will come with it, and plan for those things, right? Maybe seek out some support system for the rocky times in your marriage, and seek out really good advice. If something does happen, do I have things in gear? Like if life happens, if I have a sickness, will I be able to take care of my family? If there is anything like that, we don't want to welcome it, but we need to prepare. Just having that plan that in place, so that everything is really more in alignment with what you want. I think all we want, we can never know what's going on, but all we want to do is do the best we can to have a more of a peace of mind. And I think that's probably it's very difficult. It's kind of like contradictory, right? You're trying to be in control, and you don't want to attract bad things. But I'm not. I don't believe I'm attracting bad things, but I am preparing for all the if the market goes up, I'm excited, because hey, my market goes up, I'm making a lot of money. But if a market ever goes down, I also am prepared, right? So what does that look like? And if you want to retire at 50 versus 65, can you make that happen? If you wanted to retire and not retire, if you want to take money out and you want to go on vacation, do you have that fund? So all of that to me is in control. Like, I am more in control now. I know what I can do for my future, right? So I think it's just a peace of mind needs to be in every stage of your life. Then you lead the rest to God, right? And so you want to make sure that you do your work. You don't rely on God for everything. God sent people into your life to help you, but you need to do the work, do the savings plan, have a good savings habit, and then also, not using drugs, those kind of things. Those things God's relying on you to do, right? Don't just leave it all to God to do all the stuff, and then you do nothing, and then expect God to take care of everything. So have a great one.